Hello, I'm Kristen Lee. So, in the words of my friend Tara from Tara Talks Books, Tara Talks, yeah, I think so. I'll link her. My brain's not braining. I can't. I was going to do the next city and experience from the Philippines trip, but uh, my family home might be closing today. It might be done by the time you watch this. I don't know. I'm hoping it goes through. I'm hoping everything goes well. This is the night before that I'm recording this. And my anxiety is just like, I can't focus in on anything. And I'm nervous because, like, as much of a home that it's been for my entire family, and it's always been the home that when you fell on your face and you needed to, put on some Band-Aids and dust yourself off, that was the house you went to. And then when you got yourself up and you got your bootstraps on and all that stuff, you went back out. And it's been a part of my life for my entire life. Like, my great-grandfather bought it with his, I think, girlfriend. Don't quote me on it. But they bought it together, and it's been through so many facelifts, and it used to be an old bar. The yard is as big as it is because, what was that? Because there was other buildings there that have been knocked down. But when we have either put a garden in or did anything to the ground, we would find like bottles from the early 1900s. And it was a really weird but cool house. And then when my great-grandfather passed, my family moved upstairs because it was a duplex. And my grandmother and grandfather lived downstairs, and it was around that time that my grandmother opened up her daycare. And it's seen so many children, so many people, so many lives have gone through those doors. And it's so wild that it's not going to be part of us anymore, but also in a good way, because it is a money pit. It was built in, I want to say the title said early 1900s, maybe earlier. So that means that, with all the facelifts and everything, it's an original building, part of that part of Troy, New York. So it's just, and it's kind of ghetto adjacent. So the other thing, not only is it a money pit, but the area where it is, it would get cleaned up, and then there would be people that just would trash the place. And in the last 10 years, it got really stressful because they weren't homeless, not all of them, but the city that I lived in, they had this program called Manpower, and it would help clean up the streets, basically. And they would take people getting out of jail or prison, people that were on the unemployment line too long, people that couldn't get a job anywhere else. So they would hire these guys, and, ooh, what is going on with my light? Is my light dying? We've been having issues with our stuff because they're building the strip mall. Anyway, long story longer. So these guys would get picked up in the city part, which was about a 10-minute walk from where I lived, and they would go and they would clean up the parks and things like that. And then they would go back and they would get paid the same day by the city. And the city would give them their checks, and then they would hop on or get a ride or take a bus or whatever. And for whatever reason, they loved our corner. And they would go to the corner store and they would get a thing of beer and all these things. And then they would just litter everywhere. And then my grandmother would be the one that called the police, and the police would have to come in. And then there was the debate where they were on the street, so it wasn't her property. And she's like, okay, well, they're littering. Give them that ticket, you know? They're too close to the cars, and and they would cause fights. And then because they were there, we started getting sex workers. It was a whole thing. So before all that happened, we just had the guys on the corner, and that was one of the things that made me want to close my daycare. It was a bunch of things that hit at the same time, but that was like the end all be all. Is one of those guys went up to one of my mamas and licked her face, and I was done. I was like, and if I wanted to leave my door open, you hear the curse words. And then I was worried, well, what if I tick off one of these guys and then they come in the door? Oh. But, like I said, the house itself has homed basically my entire family. So it's just wild. It's absolutely wild that it's not going to be part of us anymore. And it's like, I'm grieving for my house that I don't want anymore. Like, make it make sense. I don't know why, but it's really stressing me out. So that's why you're getting this video of me just chatting it up, rather than me bringing you around the Philippines. So, all the good vibes. If you're watching this in the morning, I'll take anything you got, that it goes through, and that my grandmother doesn't have to worry about that anymore, because it's been taking a toll on the family, because my grandfather wanted to pass away there. He got his wish, and we've been trying to sell the house since. So I'm grateful for the house, but I'm also happy to see it go. So that's today's video. I hope you're having a great day, a great week. I cannot believe that May is almost through. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. Hopefully I can get my thoughts together and be able to sit down and actually talk about the next place in the Philippines. I have part of the video ready. I just have to sit down and do my intro and outro. So hopefully that's Sunday. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.